It was supposed to be a week of fun and relaxation on a remote island. My friends Emma, Lucas, Mia and I had rented an old charming villa by the sea. Emma, a history buff, had chosen the location for its fascinating past and beautiful scenery. We were all excited for the adventure ahead. The first few days were perfect, snorkeling, exploring the island, and enjoying the stunning views. However, on the fourth night, things took a dark turn. Mia claimed she saw a shadowy figure in the hallway, but we dismissed it as her imagination. Later that night, we were awakened by a blood-curdling scream from Emma's room. We rushed in to find her in a state of shock, her room in disarray. She said she had seen a ghostly apparition standing at the foot of her bed. Despite our initial disbelief, the fear in her eyes was real. Emma's encounter sparked our curiosity. We started researching the island's history and discovered that the villa had once been owned by a wealthy family who mysteriously disappeared. Locals believed the island was cursed, and many had reported seeing ghostly figures. Determined to find out more, we decided to explore the villa further. We discovered a hidden basement filled with old documents and photographs, revealing the tragic fate of the family who once lived there. As we combed through the documents, we found a diary belonging to the youngest daughter of the family. It detailed strange occurrences and her growing fear of a malevolent spirit haunting their home. Could this be the ghost Emma had seen? The diary also mentioned a hidden room where the family had tried to protect themselves from the spirit. We searched the villa and found a concealed door behind a bookshelf. Inside, we discovered a room filled with protective symbols and talismans, but it was clear they hadn't been enough to save the family. That night, we experienced a series of terrifying events. Objects moving on their own, disembodied whispers, and cold gusts of wind. It became clear that the spirit was angry and wanted us gone. We decided to confront it using the protective items we had found. As we performed a ritual from the diary, the temperature dropped and the ghostly figure appeared. It was the spirit of the family's patriarch, trapped and tormented. We pleaded with him to find peace and leave us alone. After what felt like an eternity, the spirit finally vanished, leaving us shaken, but alive. The next morning we contacted a local historian who helped us properly cleanse the villa. With the spirit laid to rest, we were able to spend the rest of our vacation in relative peace. The experience brought us closer together and taught us the importance of respecting the past. On our last day, we held a small ceremony to honor the family and their tragic fate. As the sun set over the island, we felt a sense of closure. Our haunted vacation had turned into a journey of discovery and respect for those who came before us. Thank you for listening to our story. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any real-life experiences you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. Who knows, your story might be the next one we tell. Until then, stay safe. It was supposed to be a peaceful retreat by the lake. My friends Sophie, Ryan, Ava and I had rented a secluded lake house for a week of relaxation and outdoor fun. Sophie, an avid nature lover, had found the perfect spot for us, surrounded by forest and water. We were all looking forward to a break from city life. On our second night, as we sat around a campfire, we heard strange noises coming from the forest. We laughed it off, thinking it was just animals. But later that night, Sophie woke us up, saying she saw someone lurking outside her window. We armed ourselves with flashlights and went to investigate, but found nothing. Trying to shake off the unease, we went back to bed. An hour later, we were jolted awake by a loud crash from the living room. We rushed out to find the front door wide open and Sophie gone. Panicked, we called the police and started searching for Sophie. Officer Davis arrived and took our statements, promising to do everything to find her. However, as the night wore on, we realized we couldn't just wait. We had to take matters into our own hands. We found Sophie's phone near the edge of the lake, along with footprints leading into the forest. With flashlights in hand, we followed the trail, hoping it would lead us to her. Deeper into the forest, we stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin. Inside, we found signs that someone had been living there recently: canned food, a sleeping bag, and to our horror, a photo of Sophie taken from outside the lake house. Terrified but determined, we continued our search. In the cabin, we discovered a hidden compartment containing more photos, all of us taken during our stay. Someone had been watching us from the moment we arrived. We had to find Sophie before it was too late. We followed another set of footprints leading away from the cabin. As dawn approached, we finally found Sophie tied up in a clearing, unharmed, but scared. Standing over her was a disheveled man holding a knife. "Back off, or she's dead," he warned. Ryan, thinking quickly, threw a rock to distract the man while Ava and I rushed forward. In the ensuing struggle, we managed to overpower him and free Sophie. With the man subdued, we called Officer Davis, who arrived with backup. The man, a local recluse, had a history of stalking and had become fixated on our group. As the police took him away, Sophie thanked us for saving her life. The ordeal left us traumatized, but also brought us closer together. Officer Davis commended us for our bravery and assured us that the stalker would face justice. We spent the rest of our vacation recovering from the shock and reflecting on our experience. On our last day, we held a small ceremony by the lake, grateful to be together and safe. The experience had taught us the importance of vigilance and the strength of friendship in the face of danger. Thank you for listening to our story. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any real-life experiences you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. Who knows? Your story might be the next one we tell. Until then, stay safe. It was supposed to be an extravagant escape in the desert. My friends Lily, Alex, Mark and I had booked a week at a remote luxury resort. Lily, who had found the place, was excited about the spa treatments and desert tours. We were all looking forward to a relaxing and indulgent vacation. The first few days were blissful: massages, gourmet meals, and stunning desert sunsets. However, on the third night, things took a dark turn. After a late dinner, Lily went back to her room, saying she wasn't feeling well. Around midnight, we heard a blood-curdling scream from Lily's room. We rushed in to find her unconscious on the floor, her room in disarray. It looked like someone had attacked her. The resort's security was called, and they assured us they would investigate. Despite the security's promises, I felt uneasy. The resort staff seemed too calm, and their explanations didn't add up. Lily had no memory of what happened, but she mentioned seeing a shadowy figure before blacking out. Determined to uncover the truth, we started our own investigation. We retraced Lily's steps from that evening and found a piece of fabric caught on a cactus outside her window. Someone had definitely been in her room. As we continued to search for clues, we found a hidden door in the resort's spa area leading to a series of underground tunnels. It seemed the resort had secrets it didn't want us to know. We decided to explore the tunnels, hoping to find answers. Deep in the tunnels, we discovered a hidden room filled with surveillance equipment. It was clear that someone had been watching the guests. We also found a file containing photos of us and detailed notes about our activities. Someone was targeting us specifically. We confronted the resort manager, demanding an explanation. He denied any knowledge of the surveillance, but his nervousness gave him away. Just as we were about to leave, a group of men stormed in, led by the head of security. "You should have stayed out of it," the head of security snarled. A tense standoff ensued. Alex, quick on his feet, managed to disarm one of the men, giving us a chance to escape. We ran through the tunnels pursued by the men, but we managed to find an exit leading back to the desert. Exhausted and frightened, we made it to a nearby town and contacted the police. When they arrived, we led them back to the resort. The police raided the place, arresting the manager and his accomplices. It turned out they were involved in a scheme to blackmail wealthy guests. The police investigation revealed that Lily had been targeted because she had overheard a conversation about the scheme. The men had tried to silence her, not realizing we would fight back. The resort was shut down, and the culprits were brought to justice. A few days later, we gathered in the town to thank the local police for their help. The experience had left us shaken, but also grateful to be alive. We promised each other to be more cautious in the future, and to always trust our instincts.